What is up, my friends? The good news is your weekend has officially started and you are very welcome along to Friday evening's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. Today we're going to be talking about Rio Ngumoha and why his contract is the shorter length that it is. I'll be giving you an update on a Chelsea player who's going to miss the game against Liverpool coming up next weekend. We'll have some words from Cody Gakpo, a little bit on Canade, Isak and Mark Gay, and a few other interesting bits that we hope keep you right up to date with where we're at. Thank you to Connor for jumping on this morning to give you guys an update from Arne Slot's press conference. And let's get stuck into the news. Oh, just one more thing. We will be back, of course, tonight at 8:45 for the late night agenda. And we'll be starting our watch-along coverage tomorrow from 1:45 p.m. Right, so Rio Ngumoha has signed his new Liverpool contract, as we told you guys yesterday. But there's been a little bit of concern about why the contract length is only 3 years. The reason for that is, under the rules, FIFA UEFA rules, a player of 17 years of age can only sign a 3-year contract for their first professional contract. Liverpool, I'm sure, when Rio turns 18, will look to sort this issue out, give him another pay bump and make sure that contract is longer. But the rules are the rules, and it says that you can only sign a 3-year contract as your first pro one at 17. Now, Chelsea player who's out for the game against us, it's a big one. PALMER has been ruled out for 2 to 3 weeks, which means he won't be available for Enzo Maresca when we take them on at Stamford Bridge next Saturday, which is of course the last game before the international break. And it's also where we're giving away this signed and framed Diogo Jota shirt. We'll be announcing the winner during that game, or at the end of that game, I should say. So get yourself over to the Anfield Agenda Instagram account if you want to be in with a chance to win that signed and framed Diogo Jota shirt. Right, good news from Federico Chiesa's camp. He has now been officially added to the Liverpool squad and is expected to be involved when we face Galatasaray on Tuesday after being added into the group. Now, I've more on Galatasaray coming up in a moment, because the spirit of Shankly and Liverpool fans, well, they've raised some real serious concerns ahead of that trip, and I will move on to that in a moment. TBR Football have said that Crystal Palace are expecting Liverpool to make a new bid for Mark Gay in January after losing Giovanni Leone to an ACL injury. And look, no real surprises there. I hope we get it wrapped up nice and early. I hope Liverpool don't hang around, and I hope they're working on something maybe behind the scenes now to give Palace the time to find a centre-back. If we can't get Mark Gay, I think we still have to dip our toes in the market in January because of that injury to Giovanni Leone. And by the way, on that, Arne Slot, speaking in his press conference, said you're looking at about a year for him to be fully back. So the best case scenario here would be if the Reds can get him back for pre-season, get him fully fit then and ready to go for next season. It is heartbreaking stuff for the youngster, and like I said many times, we've got to make sure we're vocal on social media, and he knows that he has our support. Cody Gakpo, he said, belief is the start of something great, and I think we have great belief in ourselves and in the team. I hope that it may continue. We also have a feeling on the pitch, and somehow we'll find a moment to create a big chance and hopefully score. That's what we're looking to do all the time, and what we're looking to do tomorrow again. It is going to be a difficult trip down to Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace unbeaten, I think, in 16 or 17. So if we can leave there tomorrow with the points, keep the perfect start going, I'll consider that a pretty big win. But it isn't going to be easy, like I said. Now, a moment ago I told you that the spirit of Shankly and the travelling cop have some concerns heading over to Galatasaray. And let me read out a statement that the spirit of Shankly put out, kind of underscoring exactly what obstacles that they're facing. Spirit of Shankly have met repeatedly with Liverpool FC to raise serious concerns about the conditions being imposed on supporters in Istanbul. The club have pressed hard on our behalf but have been ignored. We remain deeply disappointed that in 2025 fans are still being forced onto buses without toilets, told to surrender everyday items such as power banks, iPods and headphones despite digital only tickets, which is a little bit counterproductive. Yes, most people have their phones with them, but maybe you did have it on your iPod or something else, or maybe they're taking the phones as well. I don't know, but either way, this does not look great, and Galatasaray shithousery has started already. Goes on to say, despite digital only tickets and left without absolute clarity on medical exemptions for vital equipment such as inhalers or diabetic supplies, supporters are understandably concerned. And look, I'm an asthmatic. The idea of having to go to a game without my inhaler, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I really don't. So I have every sympathy with our friends at Spirit of Shankly and Liverpool supporters, because this is ridiculous. They go on to say that this is not unique to Liverpool fans. Manchester United and Spurs supporters face similar restrictions in Istanbul, and we were being warned of potentially worse treatments for fans travelling to Marseille. After the Paris final in 2022, UEFA commissioned an independent review that produced clear recommendations to ensure better treatment of supporters. Yet, what we're seeing here shows no lessons have been learned. The time taken producing that report looks wasted, and supporters continue to face seismic and systemic failings. Supporters deserve better. We intend to come together with other supporters organisations across Europe to push for meaningful change before these repeated failures lead to serious consequences for fan safety. After this fixture, we will press for answers and accountability from UEFA, who cannot continue to ignore these failures. They have certainly got our support. I'm sure they've got your support. We know how great the travelling cop is, and those Reds make themselves seen and heard at every game, and I'm sure are a great source of inspiration for the Reds out there on the pitch. So again, sorry to hear of the troubles that they're going through, and hopefully something can be done longer term, because like they've said, if you go in numbers, if you unify, meet up with other fan associations, fan groups, UEFA can't continue to ignore it. So well done to the folks at the Spirit of Shankly on that one. And again, sorry to hear that it's happening. So, Transfer News Live have said Nottingham Forest have issued a hands-off warning to clubs who are interested in signing Elliot Anderson. Liverpool or Manchester United are tracking his progress, and Newcastle would love him back. Forest paid over 30 million for the England midfielder back in July 2024, and he is now worth way more. Not sure I'd be too fussed about signing Elliot Anderson, to be honest. I'd much prefer Adam Morton. I'm sure you guys can let me know in the comments what you're thinking, but for me, yeah, I'd be okay with it, but wouldn't really excite me. So, Bild in Germany have said again, Liverpool are hoping to sign Dayot Upamecano when his contract expires in the summer, but Real Madrid are also interested in him. Sign him, Madrid. You should sign him. Way better than Canade, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Definitely sign him. You don't want Canade. Leave him with us. We'll take care of him. And on that, Fabrizio Romano has said Liverpool are still trying to extend Ibrahima Konaté's contract. In August, they made some new attempts, but at the moment, it looks difficult. It looks complicated. Contract still not close yet. And finally today, we're going to finish up with a few words from Cody Gakpo on Alexander Isak. He said, I think everybody knows how good he can be. We saw him in the Newcastle team scoring lots of goals, and hopefully he can do that for us as well. A very good player on the ball, off the ball. I'm very happy that he's here, as we all are, Cody. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich are also developing an interest, as I said, in Konaté. Arsenal, Chelsea and City now, by the way, have been added to that list as well. I did think I was finished with the news, but that was one more story I forgot that I had for you. So, like I said, Konaté stirring up interest from within the Premier League and around Europe. Let me know in the comments if you think he signs or not, but it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Right, we'll talk to you guys soon. 8:45 tonight for the late night agenda. Hope to see you there. If not, enjoy your Friday night. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.